What are you mad at? Huh? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Do the bug. What are you talking about? Somebody out there ain't supposed to be. They out there not supposed to be bailing. Is that what it is? Vicky, where are you? Do the bago tum. Somebody out there ain't supposed to be easy. God, boy, I got the puppy. What? What, do the bago? Somebody wanted to see you. They might have disappeared. They might have disappeared, do the bago tum. Yeah. No, do the bago no bark. Where's it at? What? David, what? What? Balin. What is it? Somebody got you mad? Tum. What? Balin? Balin. What? Give me doubles. Yeah. What? What? Some people want to see you. They want to see him. Where's Vicky? He said a mustache. He got a whole goatee and eyebrows. He can hit some high notes too. You want treat time? What? Yeah. Where's it go? Huh? Where'd he go? Yeah. He's trying to talk. You trying to talk? You get the melody? Huh? You get the melody? You trying to go get Bella? I know. Where's that? What you hear? Probably no barky. No barky though. You trying to say something? I have no idea. You got a pee? You gotta go pee? Okay, he just told me he has to go pee. You have to pee? Do the back of the Do the back. You have to pee? Okay. Oh. What in the world? You gonna sing? You gonna sing for them? Come on. Good boy. You guys, you wanna hear him sing? Watch this. Come on. Sing. Balin. Sing. Come on. Sing. Yeah. Now that's a good boy. Row. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So you'll buy his album. Yeah, he has to use the bathroom. Good morning, Germany. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. In hele schrittelijk Kate was vaak een donkere vrouw. Uh-oh. Did I see Hale's religious question? Guten Morgen, Patrosh. No. Mary Gordon said a little boy and his dog.
I want to be a real boy.
Okay, let me flow back up to Miss Hell question. Was the question directed towards me? Okay. Hell, you know, I don't run away from questions. Okay. I have a question for all you religious and people of God and the rest of you. What do you think of Hell, you said you have a question for all of us. So I'm gonna let everybody I'm gonna let some of the other people answer first. Hell, you just can't come out with a question. You gotta have a little bit more detail behind it. I mean, it's like saying, hey Ty, what do you think of oranges? They're a fruit? I mean, what do you I gotta try to figure out where you're getting at with that. Like, what is your question behind that question? It's like if somebody have an ugly baby and they say, hey, what do you think of my baby? I'm like, oh, it's a baby. Don't ask me if it's cute though. You got an ugly baby. You say, oh, what do you think of the baby? I'm gonna go, oh, that's a baby. Yeah. Little feet, little hands. Kate, there's things that I wouldn't do in front of Jesus. What? Oh man. When y'all putting things like that, like would you do in front of Jesus? Yeah, I wouldn't be intimate in front of my wife in front of Jesus either, but I mean y'all. Oh boy. Oh my God, Ian, that's crazy. Jesus is like a pickle. They both float on water. Oh, I'm like, what? Hold on. Yeah, if you left it in the comment section, Steve, I'll go back and watch it. Usually what it does, it comes to my Yahoo. I hope they're better, Katrina. See Beck, hey. Well, hell, no. I'm gonna just be honest with you guys though. I have not found nothing in the Bible that teaches against that act. And if somebody can say that it says in the Bible that you're not supposed to do that, I would have to say they're gonna have to show me. And if they can't show me, then you can't say that it's in the Bible. Like smoking is not in there either. You know what I mean? Smoking is not in there. Doing drugs is not in there. But it does say things in there like, for instance, it says, you know, if a man looketh upon a woman to lust after her, he has committed adultery with her in his heart. And then pretty much when it all comes down to it, you're supposed to be getting looked at for your heart, right? So if you look upon a person to lust, it says to look upon a person to lust after them. And if this lust is committing you to have a physical manifestation of an act, then that means something is going on in that heart. But like I said, there's nothing in there that particularly says that doing that act is a sin. So that's gonna open up a huge argument. But let my dog back in. Good boy, sits. Good boy, sits. You're my good boy. You're my good boy. Pound, pound, pound. Good boy. You hold. Can you say blindsided? No, but y'all know in okay, but seriously though, in Two Viewer, he is a labradoodle. No one born, no one. What? See, but that's not okay. Okay. All right. So now we about to go ahead and get into it. So now we know the course of this is about to change now. So, okay. Where is it at? Some of y'all are bad. Some of y'all are just bad. Well, Senior Beethoven, it's a lot of things that, you know, that you can say that. But I mean, if you say if the Bible says masturbation is a sin, then why were we designed by God to do it? I mean, you were designed for the puzzle to fit where the puzzle's supposed to fit. But at the same time, you also don't go around killing people. Even though you have I would say more like, I won't say that you were designed to do that. I would say that more you have the ability to do that. Just like you got the ability to kill somebody, you got the ability to go steal something. You have the ability to create something extraordinary. It don't mean that you necessarily should. That's why I like what the guy said from Jurassic Park. You were so focused on the fact that you could, you never stopped and thought if you should. So anyway, whoever threw out somebody said something like, wait, notice I'm keeping quiet. I'm trying to keep it less XXX rated. This will have to be where I would have to do this on my own. But no, seriously though, something said about John. I missed it. I forgot. Whoever said something about John, the Chasten flew, and I would have to go way back up. Doc says, proof that the apocalypse is coming. Where'd my friend Hell go? No, I'm trying. Okay, somebody said John 3:9. Again, so if somebody is going to throw a scripture out there, again, y'all already know when it comes to scripture, you just can't throw a scripture out at me, or really we shouldn't be doing it to anybody. What I mean by that is that you shouldn't just throw a scripture out at somebody and not explaining who, what, when, where he was talking to John 3:9, because in John 3:9, you got to know who he was talking to. Whatever John 3:9 is talking about, why was he talking about that? Who was he talking to? What were they doing that made him say those words in John 3:9? You know what I mean? I think, like, again, no matter what we do or how we try to make it sound like it, what a lot of churches do is that they will take a scripture and try to apply it to something that you might have going on in your life. Now, if it's something that's lined up directly in the Bible, like the Bible says, don't kill, right? There it is. It said, don't commit adultery. There it is. It said, don't steal. There it is. But you're not going to find nothing in there. Now, somebody said that the Bible talked about not spilling the seed. Something, he didn't just only not spill the seed on the ground. He actually was committing a sexual act and decided to pull out. Most men know what that's, we just being real. Most men know what it means to pull out, even though it's a very hard thing to do. You got to have some strong willpower, but most men know what it's like to pull out. Plain and simple. So what I'm saying therefore is this. In the Bible, whenever he told him not to spill, he got mad because he spilled the seed. He also was committing a sexual act. He was having sex with her and he decided to pull out, and he ended up ejaculating on the ground. No, I know what you're saying, Ramon. I got you. I'm just being real with y'all. Ian McGrath, you said I am a closer. What does that mean? I told you guys before, I can sit here and say, hey guys, in the Bible, it says he went out and hung himself. Now I'm going to show you another scripture that says, do ye likewise. So that means God wants us all to hang ourselves so we can go and be with him in that heavenly palace. Now, what would you look at me and say? All I'm simply saying is that I think if, like, for instance, it says things in the Bible, I think it would just flat out tell us. But I'm saying you can't find it in there where it tells you. No, Ian, I know. I just didn't know what you meant by that. I get what you're saying. Ian, I'm literally asking you what's a closer. I'm really asking you, what does that mean? Auditorium one, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So what I'm saying is that I've been to churches where the first things they want to point out is if the people that's living in sin, they'll say things like, now some of you in this church right now, you're out there smoking, you're drinking that alcohol, that old devil's liquor, and they make it out to be a sin. Okay, I get what you're saying. But the pastor, he up there 300 something pounds. Then sit up there talking about some, pray for me that I get a good report back from the doctor because they think that I might have congestive heart failure, or I might have clogged arteries. So it's like, wait a minute, you up here preaching about drinking and smoking, and clearly you are gluttony. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. It's you can't pick and choose what you want to be a sin. That's why when it all comes down to it, it has everything to do with relationship with him. You have to believe. I mean, I'm just telling y'all just from personal experience. You have to believe and trust that once you have his Holy Spirit lead and guide you, like the Bible says it will. It said it will lead and guide you into all truth and righteousness. Allow it to do that. No judgment, no condemnation. Once it enters into you and it's leading and guiding you, all of a sudden you're going to start to feel the things you once desired, the things you once did, it seems to go away. You don't even have to work to do it. It does it for you. Ramona, absolutely. Absolutely. You're going to never find in the Bible, hardly ever, where Jesus ran around condemning somebody for what they did. He caught a woman in adultery. Just think, they caught a woman in adultery and threw the woman down there in front of Jesus. He didn't sit there and say, now, you know, in my Bible that it says you ain't supposed to commit adultery and you are worthy of death. You know the law, woman. You know what? First thing he actually said is that any of y'all that ain't never sinned, throw a stone at her. Nobody did it, right? So what did he say to her? He asked her, where are your accusers? Where are those that condemned you? She said, I don't have none. He said, well, I don't condemn you either. Just go and don't do it again. That's what he did. Between you and him, it will lead you to all righteousness. It's not my place to sit up here and try to make you feel bad about the person that you are right now. The condemnation never got anybody anywhere. The whole idea is to get a hold of something that can actually take your focus off of that. So, yeah, Jesus knows your heart, but at the same time, you know your heart too. Yeah, Ian, I see what you're saying about being a closer. But that's what we gotten away from. It's always like I told y'all, I've been in this thing too long. I've been to so many seminars, preached at seminars, taught at, camp meetings and all this stuff like that. And it's just rinse and repeat. But it's like nobody talking. One church I went to, I couldn't for the life of me. It was making me so just, every time we got ready to go out there before church started, everybody a huge choir, everybody holding hands before we pray. And everybody seemed to have a sobbing story. I want to make sure that, when I go to the doctor that I get a good report, because they said I might be having diabetes and I might be having this, or they said I might have high blood pressure. I'm like, you eat a ton of salty food. Every time your whole family is huge. Y'all eat a ton of salty food and cakes and stuff. What do you expect was going to happen? Pray for a good report. Stop eating that stuff all the time. It's just... And it's like, I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm like, why would you want God to heal you of something that you've caused? Now, I'm not talking about if you end up having like a disability or something like that. I'm not talking about anything like that. I'm simply talking about things of, you start off as a skinny kid and by the time you get to your mid 40s, you just big as a blimp. That didn't happen because of I'm not trying to be mean or rude about it, guys. I'm just saying. But here's my thing. Hell, in all honesty, that's going to come down between a relationship between you and him, because like I said, I don't see it in the Bible where it says specifically about that it is a sin to do that, because people say smoking is a sin, and that's not in the Bible. They say drinking is a sin. That's not in the Bible. You know what I mean? But like I said, when it all comes down to it, according to how the Bible is taught, it's supposed to be according to how your heart is, okay? It's supposed to be according to how your heart is. So if you got a heart full of hatred, darkness, envy, and all those things like that, then that's going to be between, no matter what it is, it's going to be between you and him, no matter what. Auditorium 1, oh my God. Ramona Klassen, I appreciate you for watching those. Not many people do. That's actually where I started off at before I started adding reaction videos into it. Virginia Glass, absolutely praying for him. Is his whole liver as bad or just one lobe? Yes, Kate, the Bible does say the body is a temple, but it tells you what that body is a temple of too. Right? It says, know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, is what it says, right? So if that temple, if you saying that body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, if the Holy Ghost comes into that temple, I'm pretty sure the Holy Ghost knows what to do to cleanse out the things that it don't want in there. But it's definitely not going to come in nowhere. And no, you better not. You better go and pray right now. It ain't going to come. It's not going to come like that. Not at all. I mean, guys, all y'all, everybody that's in this chat room, no matter what we try to say to each other or whatever like that, you know who you are. Who you are behind closed doors is exactly who you are. That's who you really are. So if you know for a fact, that you are a mean person, or you have a stank attitude, or if you know that you just a person that just you're full of hate or whatever, you know that about yourself. It shouldn't take for no pastor, no preacher to tell you that you are these things. You know this. So had to, because you confused me in here about your beliefs, but I got you now. Ramona, how did I confuse you when I told you I'm not religious? Well, hell, that is in there. Ooh, y'all gonna go there tonight. Y'all know y'all gonna get me shut down. Oh, hell. Ha, 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 ha. Y'all are crazy. What? What are you talking about? Huh? What about God's wife? God's wife? You talking about his church? Like metaphorically speaking, his church, the bride, his bride is a church. Did I see Virginia Glass comment? Obviously I didn't. Especially if she didn't address it to me. Hell, you funny. Said you didn't say a woman. Y'all are bad, bad, bad. Doodle Buggle, what they talking about? You were these people in here talking about? You tell them not to talk about certain stuff. Huh? You tell them. You tell them up here. Here. Good boy. You tell them up there. See them? You see them people on the camera? I know. You tell them. Say hi, people. Say hi, people. You tell them hi. You tell them hi. Hold. You hold. You tell them hi. You tell them hi. You hold, Doodle Buggle. Say hi, people. Tell them. Say hi. Good boy. All right. Okay. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. I know, puppy. I know. What? Huh? Oh, Lord, y'all got to wind up. He want to play tug of war now. Give me your ducker. Give me. Good boy. So y'all got no one to play now. See that? Give me your ducker. Give me your ducker. Give me. What are you doing? Give me your ducker. You take your ducker to your bed. Is that what you're trying to do? I know that's what you're trying to do, puppy. He's trying to take his little duck, his little toy to his bed. That's what he's trying to do. I know I got y'all shaking all over the place. That's what he's trying to do. Whoop! You trying to take your ducker to your bed, Balin? No, Senior Beethoven. It's been crazier than this. This ain't been the most one right now. The comments are flying so much that there's no way I'm gonna be able to address them all. But Balin wants to leave though. You want to leave? Little bottle. You want to leave? You want to leave? Get up. You want to leave? I know. Yeah, tell them bye. Tell them bye. No, tell them. Tell them bye. Say bye bye. Tell them bye. Okay. Tied to the puppy. I'm not a white chick. I won't kiss you on the snout. What? What? Okay, I might have missed a lot of stuff in this time. The Lisa Waits, that's a lie. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what new proof or whatever new thing they try to find. They don't say nothing about God having no wife. If God had a wife, I think God would have made it with his wife and had his own son come down instead of actually having a virgin birth. What would be the point of having a virgin birth if he had a wife? To me, that's just irrelevant. I'm not saying like that towards you. I'm saying it towards whoever. I don't know who you said that, but I know. I'm sorry, auditorium, one making y'all dizzy. Your dog has grass allergies. Some of this stuff I don't get, man. I don't get that. How in the world are you allergic to Earth, the place that you were meant to live? That's the same sort of hound? I think, okay, yeah, this is kind of getting way far off. Went from having a serious question asked to all of a sudden, it's like it's turned into mockery. Boogie with Stu, who was that to act like they're holier than thou? Because I know what you mean by that. Jerry, Mr. Jerry on YT Gaming, that's cool. You got a guitar. Okay, I knew right from the beginning it was going to, man. That's why, a lot of times some of this stuff in here is kind of hard to. It's not that it's hard to answer the questions. It's just that when you begin to answer questions, everybody start putting their input and on it, then you find yourself jumping to what everybody else is saying, and you forget what the original question was going to be about. So, because all of a sudden we're not even talking about that anymore. We talking about what we thought was wrong or right or whatever. I don't know. So I'm getting used to this now. So I'm getting used to it now. That's why I just kind of like. I don't see God as male or female. We are made in his image. Wait. You just said you don't see God as a male or female, but we are made in his image? His? Todd Outlaw, no. We're not approaching no Ezekiel war because Ezekiel is dead. So ain't gonna, y'all got, oh boy, we gonna, ooh, this gonna get, ooh. This is about to turn crazy. I'm gonna just sit back and watch this just. Rob Kender, no, I'm just letting it all unfold. I'm just, you know how it is when you pour a little too much lighter fluid on charcoal. I'm just waiting for the fire to dwindle down. Then I'm gonna wait for the coals to ash over. Then I'm gonna start cooking. So. Whoa, what just happened? Kevin Wallace, exactly. I'm just gonna start saying, I'm gonna say a topic, then I'm gonna say go, and I'm gonna just sit back. Annie Ann, I am from Earth. Avery, it's too late. It's already lit. The fire is already going. What's going on, Joni Johnson? Okay, Trey Alexander over yonder. That ain't never going. You gonna never let me live that one down, huh? Buddy Dewar Jr., absolutely. What big city am I close to? Chicago, Rockford, Springfield, Illinois, Champaign, Illinois, yeah. Do I believe man landed on the moon? I wasn't there. But I don't know why they haven't did it again. With all this technology, we haven't gone back since, so I don't know. Yep, near Peoria too. Yep, Ian, yeah, I knew that. Please tell me you're not a flat earther. No, I'm a Martian. I'm actually from Mars. What? Buddy Dewar, exactly. All I gotta do is just, these chats stay on here forever. So all I gotta do is just streamline this chat. I'll do an example video. Like I'm gonna be on TED Talks. I'm gonna say this is why they got rid of chat rooms, everybody, because of things like this. Then I'm gonna just show the chat room. Yeah, Kevin Wallace. Yeah, that's kind of weird to me. I will absolutely be praying for Katrina and her dad. Absolutely. Lost freak, whatever. Same here. Thank you, Rob. Kevin Wallace, actually, sir, I've been doing this since I was around 18 years old. I take, if people know in some of these other chats, I take nobody word for nothing. I got to see hardcore proof. I don't care what nobody tells me. I go and research and look the stuff up for myself. That's why when somebody said, why do I, on my shirt the other day, they said, do I ever look through telescopes? I said, yes. They say, do you like astronomy? I said, I just like looking at stars because what I see through the telescope don't look nothing like what they show me in the books. So, no, the Bible doesn't talk about, it does mention the word alien, but it doesn't mention it like, ain't no such thing as aliens. I'm sorry. There just is not. I'm just trying to figure out, if so, how come I haven't ran into one or nothing? I mean, I feel jealous that I'm not chosen to be abducted. Aliens never came to the hood. We shoot spaceships out of skies. Them aliens gonna come back and find their ship sitting on some cinder blocks. Oh man. I'm just saying, let some aliens come down Chi-Town. Let some aliens come to Chi-Town on some spaceships trying to abduct somebody out the hood. Aliens don't even come to the hood. They only want white people. I'm just kidding. I'm seriously joking, y'all. I mean, oh man. Oh. Them aliens gonna be in somebody's house trying to abduct them. They're gonna find a spaceship gone. Y'all got me started now. They're gonna be like, hey homie, I'm gonna need you to step out of that ship, G. Go and get out of that ship. Ooh-wee. That's why you never heard about nobody in the ghetto getting abducted from those alien spaceships. That's why we never heard about Santa Claus ever coming to our hood, because they would have jacked his Oh man. Woo. Oh my God. See, they want you to make you feel like you're just not important. Oh my God. Yeah, he said politicians are pretty close, huh? NASA need another 7 astronauts. Oh my God. Wow, guys, y'all. This is going there right now. April, good night. Let me know if anything comes in. Just oh my goodness, man. Y'all are crazy. I'm just saying, oh man. Workshop, absolutely. And it ain't because I haven't seen him, because I get spoken to by him. That's why. And I don't care if people believe me or not. It does not matter to me. But yeah, I'm just saying, I will invite them over. I'm just saying, I will invite them over. They don't want to come and visit nobody like me. They didn't come and visit nobody like us at all. I'm just saying, why these abductions took place is all in the nice areas. They never came to the ghetto. Matter of fact, if aliens really did come and want to abduct us in the ghetto, we probably would volunteer to go with them to get out of the hood. So I'm just saying. Any means to get us out of the hood, yes, take us. You don't even got to abduct me. I will climb up the ladder. You ain't got to beam no light on us. We gonna go with you. So I'm just saying. Man. Hell said maybe the aliens are racist. And they come and sitting there. Ghetto, no. So, oh man. Aliens ain't coming to the hood, man. Ain't no way. They probably have on the wrong colors and get shot. They not a GD or a Bloods and Crips. You gonna see the alien spaceship turn up on the south side of Chicago with some 20s on it. I put some big old tires on them spaceships just cruising. Put some big old speakers in there and all that. You can hear some alien spaceship going over there. They're gonna go and visit their cut. Hey, Kiki, look. Yeah, we got them from them North Aliens, G. Hey, come on, hop on in here, y'all. We about to we about to go to Six Flags. Y'all want to go to Six Flags? We about to go to Six Flags. Woo! Oh my gosh, man. Woo! Man. JT, we trying to figure out. Oh man. He said the spinners. Yeah, exactly, Rob. The spinners. Spaceship's gonna be pimped out. Gonna have velvet seats. Woo-wee. Oh my God. Y'all really went there tonight on that one, man. Oh, that is too funny. Oh my gosh. Whoo. He said crushed velvet. Oh boy. Said, so you don't believe in aliens, but you believe in God. Yeah, because God don't discriminate. That's why God is equal opportunity. Woo-wee. Boy, y'all set yourselves up for that. I like that, Kate. Trying to catch me riding earthy. They see me floating. They hating. Oh my God. Oh Jesus, this is crazy. That's it. With Frank hot sauce. The aliens go back home with high blood pressure because they done ate all the salty food. The aliens gonna come back to their main leader. They all gonna have their hats cocked to the side, gonna have their pants sagging down, gonna have gold grills in their mouth. They don't need shades because their eyes already big and black. So, oh man, that is just too funny, man. Good night. Oh, they're gonna go back to their leader with some. Go back to their leader with some chitlins, some hog mog, and We have brought you chitterlings. Oh my gosh, y'all are too funny, man. Y'all are too funny for Our spaceship's pimped out. They hating. Trying to catch me riding earthy. Trying to catch me riding earthy. Yo. Oh, man. Brad Evans says, what's chitlins? Man. Ooh. Virginia Glass. Ooh. You just kind of took the, that's like getting punched in the stomach right now, Virginia. I said the hood. I ain't saying nothing about nobody in particular, no race. I just said the hood. You went and said, why do you guys wear your pants like that? I don't wear my pants like that. I've never have. So I don't know who you talking about when you say you guys. Have y'all ever seen that movie Tropical Thunder with what's his name? Robert Downey Jr. and what's his name? Ben Stiller or whatever. What's his name? Y'all seen that movie Tropical Thunder? That's what I like about that. Remember that? Hey, I'm not kidding y'all. Robert Downey Jr. stole that show, man. I didn't even know that was him. Robert Downey Jr. played the living daylights out of that role. I know. He played the living daylights out of that role, man. I like that part. And Robert Downey Jr. was talking about some. What do you mean, you people? Then a real black dude looked at him and said, what do you mean, you people? That's what Ben Stiller said. I don't know what is wrong with you people. Robert Downey Jr. What do you mean, you people? Then the black dude, what do you mean, you people? Oh, okay, yeah, okay. But I'm a young guy. I'm teasing. Did anybody criticize him for being in blackface? What? Robert Downey Jr. was in blackface? What? Rob Kender said, I don't see, man, y'all. Here, how did you get blackface? How did you get back? This is too funny. This is what's weird to me. How come black folks want to complain about that? Me and my brothers and my cousins, my mom, and everybody's seen this movie and was cracking up, and not one of us said, ooh, I don't get it. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't take that as being no blackface. The dude had makeup on. I really don't know. That's what I'm saying. If I say to me, it's like if somebody tries to tell me what I should take as being racist. It's like I'm the one. What? Y'all know what I'm trying to say? That's just terrible. You can't do nothing no more. You can't. I mean, golly, that was not blackface. That was just him in makeup. He had camouflage and stuff on too. So I guess he gonna have all the green animals mad, chameleons and frogs and everything, just gonna be protesting. You got green on. I mean, get out of here. Megyn Kelly blackface. What the heck is that? Don't hate the green people. Don't hate the aliens. I know, for real, man. Oh, man, just like the other day when somebody said, oh, you know, I'm not going to watch this because that guy is cussing. And you have to ask yourself, who trained and taught you what words is right or what words are wrong? You know what I mean? It's like, who taught you that saying the F word or the D word or the B word or any curse word that we consider a curse word? Who taught you that is like the most, you know what I'm trying to say? It's like people try to take that and say that is like a bad thing, especially when it comes to church. But I'm like, who are we to put a law on a word and say this is wrong? It can mess you up so much. You can miss out on so much great things, all because somebody has taught you that a word is considered to be wrong. And if you hear that word, don't listen to nothing else that person has to say. But then yet you would turn around and say things like, what in the world are you talking about? So when you say what in the world, what does world represent? Because you're not really talking about what in this world. Are you saying like, what the heck are you talking about? Or what the F are you talking about? Or what the H are you talking about? It's pretty much you using that word to emphasize a point. So we were taught that the F word, the D word, all those words, we were taught that those words are wrong from a kid. If you go around, like I had a nephew, and when he was little, it was all cute at first. He would go around going, they would say it. He'd go, patubis, you know, he'd go, patubit. You know, that's what he do. Look, say it again. He'd go, patubit. Now he get a little older, and he kept saying, all of a sudden he getting smacked across the head. Boy, don't you say nothing like that. And you're like, what? That's a cuss word. You don't say stuff like that. So now, I mean, guys, in the house that I grew up in and around my family on my mama's side, we couldn't say lying because lying was a cuss word. We had to say telling a tale, or we had to say he telling a story, but we couldn't say lying because lying was a cuss word. I'm serious. So what I'm saying is that like, okay, the other day when I did Bill Burr, his comedy, I'm sitting here laughing. I got so many people that don't even realize what they're doing. They said, I thought you were a Christian. I said, I am. They said, well, how come you listen to that guy cussing? What does cussing have to do with being a Christian? What does cussing have to do with being a Christian? All because morally, those words are looked at as being wrong. So now you want to classify that as being a sin. You can't do that. So that's ridiculous. My brothers, my cousins, I got uncles, they cuss left and right. It does not bother me. And people get mad as you allow that stuff to bother you. Somebody said cuss word. Oh, my holy ears are burning. Now it's messing with my holy mind. That's the devil's language. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous, man. So if I sit up here, like I said all the time, I'll say holy moly, or I'll say holy crap, or I'll say stuff like, what in the world? Or, oh my God, that is freaking crazy. You said, now see, in church, you can't even say freaking crazy. You can't say freaking in church because that's considered a church cuss word. But if you say the other F word, now that's a worldly cuss word. See, that's a worldly cuss word if you say it in the world. But if you're in church and you say freaking, then freaking is a church cuss word. I mean, it was just ridiculous, boy. Pretty soon you find yourself, you can't even talk or hear nothing. So what I did one time, I said, did y'all know, okay, who said they're Spanish? He said hoes and aliens need blankets too. Tammy Fenmore, we didn't either. We were just told that we couldn't say lying. We had to say telling a tale or telling a story because we were told that it's a cuss word. But see, what I'm saying is, if children grew up hearing cuss words and you never planted in their mind that that is a bad and terrible thing to say, they wouldn't have no knowledge of feeling bad about saying it. We were taught that. Y'all even hear me. I don't cuss because I just didn't. I grew up around the stuff all my life, and I used to do it a whole lot. I just prefer not to use the words, period. It has nothing to do with, oh, because it's considered bad. I just don't like the word in my language because I was talked to a certain way by people on the streets, and the way they said it to me, I felt hate from those words. Therefore, I don't use them. But it ain't that I don't use them because they're considered bad. I don't use them because they was used towards me to hurt me. That's why I don't say them. So just like in the Bible, when they said, when John denied, or when Peter denied Jesus 3 times, whatever, and they said that he cussed. So we westernize that. We say Peter might have said, God dang it, or he might have said, mother effer, or he said the S word. It said he cursed. That means he could have said something like he could have said something to the people that said that to him. He probably said something like, all you guys are going to die of a disease. That's cursing somebody. We thinking like it's saying, mother effer. He said a cuss word. No, man. I mean, come on. You can't take, oh my gosh. It's, that chicken ratted me out. Brainosaurus, exactly. It's not about the word. It's about the context and the intent of it. Absolutely. But then when it comes to cuss words, they give you a leeway. Now, when you turn 18, now you can cuss. So was it ever wrong then? You know what I mean? You put an age limit on when I can curse or swear. You put an age limit on it. I can cuss when I'm 18. That's crazy. If it was wrong, I shouldn't be doing it when I'm grown too, right? Okay, that's just like them saying, now don't you steal nothing, but when you turn 18, you can steal. I mean, if it's wrong, it's wrong. If I shouldn't cuss when I'm a kid, I shouldn't cuss when I'm an adult. If it's truly wrong. Little kids can be around cuss words all day long. They won't think nothing of it. If you take some little kids, like 4 or 5 years old, if you cuss around them, they're not going to go, ooh, unless you tell them it's a cuss word, the little kid's not even going to know that you're cussing. They're just thinking that you're using a big adult word that they just don't know what it means. So you can be around kids. I mean, you got kids that repeat what you say. If you say, God, then if that kid sees your behavior, if he hurts his foot, he going to go, God, Then you go, don't you say that, boy. And they don't know why you're mad at them because they say, Dad, that's what you did. When you hurt your foot, Dad, you said, God. And now when I hurt my foot, I said, God, because that's what you're supposed to do when you hurt your foot, Dad. So why are you yelling at me, Dad? I don't understand why you're mad at me, Dad. I'm only doing what you did, Dad. See what I'm saying? You will confuse the living daylights out of kids by doing that. John Chase, yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, we couldn't say lie. We couldn't say shoot. We couldn't say dang. We had to say darn because dang was a cuss word of the church. But you can say darn, but you can't say dang because dang is too close to damn. So, I mean, it was, man. Virginia, I'm not offended. I don't get offended. Those days of being offended are over with. Auditorium 1, yeah, we couldn't say I swear either. Look, somebody said they couldn't say darn or shoot. I know, it's crazy. Oh my God, it's rude. Matter of fact, we couldn't even say throw a rock. We had to say chunking rocks because throwing a rock was too harsh to say. See, I had to say, oh my soul, huh? Or I know like in Florida, they say, oh me. That's what they do. Like if they'll go, oh me, Or if something's hurt, they go, oh, me. And if they hurt their foot, they go, oh, me. So, I mean, the intent still be the same as God, boop, or mother, boop. It's still the same intent. I mean, just a different word. Uh, 503, you said, okay, so you said, sounds like I grew up in a very oppressive, unreasonable household. It makes sense you have views on bad words that you do. So tell me what my views on bad words are. I don't have views on bad words. I have a view on the intent on why you use the word. See, it's all about the intent behind the word that you use. You know what I mean? It's not about the word at all. And the reason why I'm so passionate about it in a way is because of the fact that as a kid, you never understood why you got in trouble for saying a certain word. They never explained it to you. You know what I mean? Mayor Vest, appreciate it. Tearing it on you, absolutely. Hector's mommy, no. I don't have no view on that because here's the thing. Believe it or not, y'all might be surprised at this. There's a lot of us that grew up in the ghetto that do not know what certain racist terms and racist things are. So I'll give you an example. One of my first rotations that I did, and my CI, he might be watching tonight, so don't say nothing if you in here. One of my first, he knows what I'm about to say too. One of the first rotations that I've been on, I was treating a woman that was 97 years old. She had a head injury when she was 16 years old. And her head injury kept her from developing further on. She pretty much stayed 16 years old, okay? Mentally, she stayed 16 years old. She had a traumatic brain injury, okay? Now, she's biologically, physically, she's 97 years old. But mentally, her mind is still stuck when she was 16, 17-ish. So while I was treating her, she said, "You better get your hand off my body, you porch monkey." I started laughing so hard. But like all the other therapists and nurses, they all started yelling at her and, "You don't say that." And I'm looking like, what? I was cracking up. And I even told the lady, I said, I'm going to use that one. I'm gonna say it to one of my brothers when we kind of roasted each other. I'm going to call my brother a porch monkey. And they're like, dude, no. I'm like, what's wrong? They're like, dude, that's racist. I was like, it is? To call me a porch monkey? How? I thought it was hilarious. See what I'm saying? It's all about, now, since they brought it to my attention that being called a porch monkey is a racial slur, then all of a sudden now, I mean, I never heard that word again in my life, but it's the fact that they brought it to my attention that porch monkey was a racial slur. I never would have known. I was cracking up at the lady. I was laughing when she called me. I laughed at her and said, I'm going to use that. And so what I'm saying is that there's a lot of us that don't know anything about a lot of racial slurs, a lot of racial imagery. So when I seen blackface, I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, I mean, God, where I grew up at, we watched a lot of cartoons that had that in there. I don't know how to explain this to y'all, but I mean, we never looked, put it like this. It's all about what you were taught. We weren't taught that it was racist, so we didn't take it as it was racist. So when I did that, if you're blue and you don't know, and them things was like super duper. If y'all go back and watch my reaction, you're not going to see nothing out of me. I had no, I'm telling you. Y'all really have to understand that if you come up in a certain upbringing, and I'm actually quite thankful that my mom and all them didn't really push that on us, because maybe if they would have made us focus on those things, I would have been like, man, looking at everything. Ooh, look here. Like any of you guys ever seen the movie Boomerang? Martin Lawrence in Boomerang was funny. He's one of those brothers in Boomerang that reminds you of how a lot of people can be. He said, look at here, man. He said, look, we up here playing pool, right? We're up here playing pool. Why is it that the white ball, right? It's the white ball. Why do we get to be the supreme ball? So the pool table, since it's green, it represents the earth, right? And think about this. The white ball is knocking every color ball off of the table. But the last ball that the white ball want to knock off is the black ball. That's racial, man. And I'm like, what? Like, what? How did you come up with that? So, but anyway, I'm just saying that's what people would do. Things that would never have been brought to your attention as being racist. If you're not taught that, you don't see it that way and you ignore it. It doesn't bother you. So when I did that little putting on the Ritz and those little things came out like super duper, I didn't even know that was blackface. I didn't care. It didn't bother me. So then black folks will get mad at you because you didn't get offended. I'm like, you can't get mad at me because I'm not getting offensive, that I'm not taking this the way that you do. How can I? And I'm just being real with y'all. Y'all just don't want to, y'all, I'm telling you, I told y'all before that like, I can count on one hand. I can count on about 2 hands almost now, 2 full hands of how many people that are subscribers to me that are black. I don't fit the mold. I'm black as can be, but they get mad because I don't respond and I don't do none of their agendas that they want me to do. I just don't. I'm sorry. I don't. You should be mad because I'm like, dude, nobody sprayed me with water hoses and stuff. I don't get me wrong. I know my history. I know my history way into Africa. I mean, Africans had slaves. You know, I know that. Oh gosh, the Persian. Oh my, I can go way back on some things anyway. But my point in saying that is that if it was my grandma here and my grandma saw blackface and my grandma gets offended, I can understand why my grandma would get offended, because she was there during the era when they were doing that to black people. But if I have no knowledge of what blackface is, and all of a sudden you tell me, hey, that's meant to be racist. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I didn't know that. Dude, you should be mad. No, I didn't. I'm not going to get mad. I didn't know that was racist, but now I know that it's a racial thing. Okay, cool. But I'm still not going to get mad at it because it's not directed at me, not at Tyler Smith of 2019. If it was any type of racial things that was directed at black folks at the time, I'm almost sure that they wouldn't allow the stuff to flow out. Or maybe again, they would. I mean, the thing is, though, is that, you know, when it all comes down to it, it's freedom of speech, folks. Freedom of speech allows you to say what you want to. Now, the consequences of what happens after you say what you said, that's going to be on you. But you do have a right to freedom of speech to say what you want to, though. Marvest, welcome. What's going on, Gino Donahue? Well, hey, Tammy, I had a patient that was talking to me, and she tried so hard. Oh, Steve Fletcher? No, like about 8. Seriously. Well, let's just say based off a profile pic, and in Patreon, there's not one. No, man, I hate to say it, man, but you know, I hate to say it. I don't hate to say it, but subliminally amongst blacks, we've been taught a crab-like mentality. Anytime a black person is looked at as being successful, you instantly supposed to be jealous of him. Oh, look at him. He just look at this coon. Look at him. He probably, yeah, he live in white neighborhoods. You know, he grew up in white neighborhoods, and I mean, I hate to say it, it's been taught, man. And it ain't that nobody goes around and teach you that. It's just that if I'm a youngster and I see middle-aged and older adults saying that, when they see like a successful black person, they say, look at him, he just a coon. Yeah, them white folks got him all. So they don't know that they're teaching me to think like that. But then when you get out there in real corporate world and sit there and say things like, dude, I took care of business. And I ain't got to explain to nobody why I'm successful like I am right now. I came from the ghetto, came from not being able to eat, grew up eating ramen noodles and hot dogs almost every single day, eating bologna sandwiches every single day, and gosh, Kaboom cereal and Captain Crunch and, man, King Vitamin. We had to be the ones going in there standing in the line to get like the powder milk and stuff. And because I'm successful now, you're going to try to look at me as if somebody like I'm like a man. So it's crazy. It's like that crab-like mentality is subliminally pushed amongst them a lot. I'm serious. And I don't care. That's why I go around and try to help them. I let these kids know, no, you have to do what you have to do to take care of business. You don't, there ain't no excuse. You're going to have to take care of business just like the next man. Nobody will give you no free handouts. Not in the real world. No, they're not. Oh, okay, Tammy, I'm sorry. I had a patient when she was talking to me. She said, she was like, oh, well, Tylen, I know, I'm like, what? She's like, well, I don't want to say it. I'm like, say what? She's like, well, I don't want to, I said, what are you talking about? She said, well, your skin color. I said, black? She's like, well, I don't want to say it because, I'm like, what? She's like, because I don't want to seem racist. But I can sit here and say you white, but I'm not racist. But if you call me black, you racist. It's crazy. It's sad. It's sad, man. It's just there's so many. Y'all, I'm telling you, you stop. I'm going to show y'all a clip of what this man said on TV. I want to see what y'all think about this because he's telling the truth. You have to quit letting TV educate you on how you should think and feel and how you should respond. You have to quit letting TV do that. You have to actually know who you are as a person in yourself. Individuality. That's what I do. That's when I talk to large crowds of people. I know that I can have an effect on them to an extent, but it does not have an effect on people when I get them off to the side. Like if any of you guys, I wouldn't like if we lived in the same town, I would not be able to talk to all you guys at one time. I would say I would be like, hey, Ian, hey, what are you doing Saturday, man? Hey, yeah, I want to rap to you a little bit. So I would take you out as an individual and me and you would sit down and you and I would talk because you get change and you get more of an impact out of individual conversation like one-on-one than you would in the crowds of people. Because just like how it is in this chat room, imagine if all of us is in the room right now. It would sound crazy in here. People wouldn't know if we in here fighting. They wouldn't know if we're in here having a good time. They don't know if there's a concert going on because there's so much. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I don't believe it. The earth is flat. The earth is round. No, I don't believe in that. Oh no, black is race. Oh no, white is blackface. It'll be so much of that going on. Like, what is going on in that area there? So anyway, that's what would happen. I'm like, man, you can say black. You can say black. It does not matter. You can say black. I don't care. I'm not from Africa, so I'm not an African American. Then they say, well, it's because your ancestors. I'm like, well, you do your real history and all that. Everybody about came from Africa. But if not, if you're white and you're here and you're from the European region or something like that, a Caucasian, then you should be called a Caucasian American. If I'm an African American, you should be called a Caucasian American or a Netherlands American or New Zealand American. I don't know. I'm just saying. So no, I'm not African American. And I have no ties to it. Because according to our history book that we got taught in college, they said all races were born out of Africa. So technically, I guess everybody African American. I mean, Georgian American. You're not a young earther? What? No, Steve, it's just another day. It's just another day on the job for me, Steve. My therapy comes from playing my piano or the bass or squeezing. Like I have this big old gel thing that I like to squeeze and all that. Or like when I train, when I work out, that's my therapy. $6,000 years in the Bible or billions of years? There's a guy named Troy Alcorn. You and him will get along real well when y'all just... I mean, man, people have like lost out on awesome friendships and stuff because of, well, don't be around him because he curses. You are my therapy. Oh, okay, Alicia. That's awesome. Glad I can help folks. No. Well, don't be around that kid because he says cuss words. So my God. David Ryder, you said the earth is 4,000 years old? Right, because somebody counted. That's what I'm saying, man. I don't take none of this stuff at face value, man. I'm not trying to be controversial or anything, but I'm just flat out telling you, somebody come telling me, hey, man, the earth is, if they tell me, oh, yeah, 44 billion years ago, I'm like, who counted? Who was there to count to say it's 40? I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm sorry. The reason why I know that something is how many, if something can be measured, then I'll roll with it. Do I deny science? No, I deny that somebody can sit here and tell me that something happened 45 billion years ago. I mean, they know the exact number. 45 million years ago. They know the exact number. I guess that got passed down through storytelling too, or the dinosaurs might have told them. Oh, when that dinosaur said, he said, the earth is 10,000 years old. So make sure we write this down and pass this on to our children now. I mean, oh, you trying to say carbon dating? Don't believe that. If you about to throw carbon dating at me, don't believe that, because we actually had to do this test in school where we had to bring in a specimen and test it in carbon dating. And guess what? Somebody had a specimen that they brought in, and when they brought it in, they said this specimen right here is dated carbon wise. It's dated 30 years. And guess what it was? It was the dude's puke. So I'm just saying, I don't deny science. It's just that I don't know how somebody went back and counted 45 billion years ago. I don't care how they try to intellectualize it and make it sound so good with all these big words and all that instrumentative stuff. That's me. Now, if you believe that 45 billion years ago that the dinosaurs, then you can believe that all you want to. That's fine. But I'm just saying, I don't know how somebody counted all that. That's me. Like, to drive from Chicago to Panama City is about 18 hours. And if the GPS says about 18 hours and it says you're going to arrive there at this time, if you don't stop, well, guess what happened? It took about 18 hours to get there. So I'm just saying that stuff I can believe because it did it. But for you said I won't look into it, dude. I'm a science major, biology major, too. That's what my degree is in. We had to learn this stuff. So what I'm simply telling you is that we did this stuff. We had to take our own, we had to do gross stuff. We had to take like our own. They want us to bring like a specimen of our poop. And we would put it in these different little tubes and all this, and we can test out what we ate and all this stuff like that. We can look in our own poop and tell what we ate, and then about they can tell us when we ate it and all that. But I'm just saying I'm just saying, man, this is me. This is just me. I was the child that was in school that when the teacher said something, my hand went up. Like, wait a minute, time out, wait a minute. How? That's me. So I'm that person. Then what happens though, just because I'm questioning something or I don't believe something that you believe in, then don't get mad at me and want to call me an idiot or call me stupid or call me denying science or any of that. I'm not any of that. What I am is me. I'm Ty and I question stuff, and that's what I do. So like I said before, if somebody's going to sit here and tell me that something happened 45 billion years ago, how do you know that? Like who, like I said again, who was back there counting? I'm doing exactly what? You said my wife said I would love you forever and a day. Actually, guys, I mean, I don't want, O Camino, I don't want this to come off as sounding, like rude or anything, but I don't like to have radiometric dating. Oh, don't get me started on radiometric dating either. Okay. That's off too, dude. See, that's what I'm saying. Somebody give you a brochure and you read it and you take it as factual, but I'm the person I question, man. I'm sorry. That's just how I am. I question stuff, man. That's all. You can't handle the truth. Oh, wow. So now you want to spit out some. See, now you're saying not an effing brochure. I didn't say you. See, now it seems like you might, well, I ain't gonna say, okay, I'm just telling you what it is. I'm just saying flat out that if you're gonna come and say something to me, or even me, I tell you, my subscribers in here would tell you all day long. They would tell you that I tell you, don't even believe nothing that I'm telling you. Go and research the stuff. All I'm telling you is that if someone is going to tell me that it takes X amount of time to get somewhere, I'm the person that likes to go and test it. Okay. You said go to college. Dude, I got 2 degrees, getting ready to have a 3rd one. Kinesiology with a specialty in cytology, physical therapist assistant, and also getting ready to be PA. Astronomy. So, okay, so you like astronomy, David? Sounds like you're getting offensive. Lethal, don't do nothing yet, though. This is just showing you that this is what happens when people get presented or you get challenged. You become offensive. See, when somebody challenges you on something, instead of becoming offensive, how about you listen to what that person is trying to say instead of trying to blurt out how mad you are? So now if you start calling me names, start calling me ignorant, I'm still not going to give in. I'm still going to say, dude, you're still not going to be able to prove to me that it was 45 billion years ago. It's not going to change my thought. It's not going to make me mad at you. It's not going to make me think badly of you. I'm just going to look at you for saying you seem like you're getting upset because I'm not believing what you're saying. Now, if you don't believe what I'm saying, I'm not going to get mad at you for not believing in me. I'm just going to say, oh, okay, well, that's cool. But I'm not going to get mad at you and start saying go to college and, oh, I mean, dude, like I said, I'm about to have a 3rd degree. That's not going to work on me. You throwing shots at me is not going to work. Dude, this too easy for me. Seriously, it is. What are you doing? This is really weird. Yeah, Tammy, that's what I'm saying. And I want everybody to have that type of mind like that. I mean, if you have to, man, you have to be prepared to, everybody's not going to agree with you. Everybody's going to have their own way of thinking. I really push for people to be that same way. Don't just believe stuff just because it tells you to. Because I mean, God, if you tell me, like they say Christopher Columbus discovered America and all this, I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know. Nobody says things like Christopher Columbus discovered America. How he discovered something that had people on it. Oh, you're just a da-da-da. No, I'm simply saying, how did he discover America if there was already people there? You said in school, they told us Christopher Columbus discovered America. But when he got there, there was Indians. So then I'm the one that raised my hand and said, well, how did he discover it? Now, would it be fair if the Indians went back to wherever Christopher Columbus is from and said, we just discovered Europe or wherever or Spain? Would that be fair? So that's what I'm saying. I'm just... Nanya, what are you talking about? Nanya, they will tell you I don't get ticked off. I don't get offended. So I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Tarna, Nanya, sis, I don't even know what you might have said that you might have thought it offended me. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm the kid that the nun went mad at when I said God created dinosaurs. Matt, absolutely. Absolutely. The whole thing is about educating yourself, man, getting the knowledge and everything for yourself, getting the revelation for yourself. You just don't just go off of what somebody says. Be skeptical of everything. Get the truth for yourself, because when you get the truth for yourself, it gets ingrained in you. That's why I said there was a time where when athletes were spraining an ankle, the coaches would put their foot in warm water and Epsom salt. Now, the trick behind that is that because they felt that the soothing warm water felt good, they felt that it was doing good. But then you find out that physiologically, it makes it worse. If you sprain your ankle and put it in warm water, it actually causes more inflammation to come to the area. So now we know that actually putting it in cold water or putting it in ice reduces inflammation. It reduces swelling. So Nobody puts their sprained ankle in hot water no more because it makes it worse. It makes it more inflamed. So that's what I'm saying. That was considered truth and factual at one time until it was discredited. So I would have been the person saying, hey, y'all ever tried ice? I'm just saying. What you mean try ice? Are you stupid? Everybody knows that hot water feels good when you put your foot in there. I'm just saying though, when I stuck my foot in some ice and look at my ankle then went down. I'm just saying. Well, that's because you're black. I'm just I'm joking. Let me stop. Yes, ma'am, Vicky. Absolutely. You know it. Look at Jerry down there. Gino Donahue, absolutely. Captain Prototype, you said I'm up late. Captain Prototype, you must don't come in here that much. Cause usually 2 o'clock, I'm almost, whenever I do go live a lot of times, I'm in here till 2 o'clock all the time. Oh my God, Steve. Oh no, okay, yeah, a lot of times, if it's inflamed, you want to use ice. Auditorium 1, absolutely. So anyway, glad we got that out the way. Oh, Leisha, he sleep. I hear you, Ian. That's awesome. Chris M, I appreciate that, sir. Eli, huh? All right. Ice, ice, baby. I agree. Well, Nico D, you said Epsom salt and warm water for muscles. Do I agree? It all depends on what you're doing it for. If your muscles are achy from doing like a strenuous activity, that's one thing. But if it's like a muscle strain or a tear, Ramona, absolutely interesting. It's always interesting. All it takes is one question to spark stuff off, and then appreciate that, Ian. Nico D, wait a minute. What you talking about? Are you related to a girl in Ireland named Violet? Oh no. Oh God. Oh boy, boy, boy. Oh, good night. Oh. Whoo. No, Chantel. I didn't miss Nico D's question. That's what I'm laughing at is Nico D's question. Y'all didn't see Nico D, what she said? Oh, boy. Whoo. Yes. Nico D. Okay. Nico D said to me, she said, Epsom salt and warm water. She said, yes. I said, depends on what you're going to be using it for. If your muscles are sore, I said, if your muscles are sore from doing a certain activity, then yes. I said, but if you torn a muscle or you strained it, then no. She said 2 hours of riding, and she left it at that. So that's why I asked her if she was related to a girl named Violet. Oh my goodness. Whoo. Tammy, I was just about to throw you in that equation. I was about to say, Tammy might have a remedy for you. But no, yes, if you're talking about doing something like that, Nico D, yeah, warm water would be good for that. Boy, boy, boy. Refresh y'all screen. Something is weird. Can everybody refresh their screen? Is it allowing you? Ooh, I got a commercial. Yay. I just got 0.01 cents. No, Nico, I answered your question. I said being in the Nico D, being in the warm water with the Epsom salt after horseback riding will be good for you. David Ryder, you have a good night. David Ryder, how convenient. He didn't just more than time out. He actually got flagged. Nico D, love having you make me laugh. That's hilarious, man. Asia Dragon, are you spoiling something for me? I haven't finished Red Dead Redemption yet. Boogie with Stu, we actually just not too long ago moved from Florida, like October. Chris M, no, I like to do things real slow and one thing at a time. So what I mean by that is like right now I got Red Dead Redemption and I'm taking my time with it. I'm like doing all the exploring and all that stuff like that. I'll do a lot of side missions before doing the main story mission. Like I like to get my stuff built up, get all the equipment for the horses, you know, get all the skins to get the upgrades and get all the best guns. And then I'll play the main storyline. But I take my time with stuff like that. Yeah, I've been liking the soundtrack thus far, though, on Red Dead. Yeah, Nico. Okay. Oh, see there, Ian. No, you might be spoiling something for me. Don't say you cried, man. Ramona, yes, it can. Ramona, do you have any surgeries in your back? That nerve runs all the way down to your heel and kind of towards your, a little bit towards your toes. Okay, Ian, you was eating onions. Star Wars, Jacobette Spoonie. Okay, y'all about to spoil it for me. Y'all give me too many spoilers. I'm not even past Act 3 yet. I just been exploring, so y'all don't stop talking about it. Y'all gonna mess it up for me. Avery, you have a good night, sir. Far Cry, yeah. I enjoyed Far Cry. I didn't enjoy the last one though, with the crazy religious people. Go figure. Yeah, Jacob Beth, I seen that. Borderlands, that's gonna be awesome. I hope so. When they give a release date, I'm gonna have to go back and play Borderlands, the one in space, then the other one too, Borderlands 2, so I can kind of get the controls and stuff back on. Farming Simulator. I mean Simulator. Oh, I don't know nothing about that. I love me some God of War though. Man, I love God of War. Yeah, JT, that sounds like some cervical that's going on. That sounds like something high too. Hey, did yeah, I don't yeah, army games don't really get into, Tammy. Oh man, hell, I love Uncharted. I love the Uncharted. I don't think my friend answered me back. No, I don't know nothing about Vextrex. Um, Boo Wonder 88. I don't know nothing about that. Where did my friend go who was telling me about the sciatica? Ramona. Okay, Ramona, you have to do something called McKenzie extensions. It's where you lay on your stomach flat. You take your hands while you're on the floor, you push up to bend your back backwards. That's what you have to do to help with that. Especially if it's going all the way down your leg. You have, which leg is it going down? You can call it that, Steve, Mr. Fletcher. You can call it a seal stretch, but Boogie with Stu. Yes, I've seen the movie Signs, but absolutely, if y'all want me to see y'all questions, y'all, if y'all spell out Modern Renaissance Man, it pops out. Otherwise, I don't know if y'all talking to me or not. All I see is words flying by. But when you put in, okay, look, guys, hell, hell, if you're in here, Helena, Asia Dragon just asked me if I play any instruments. I'm putting my original title. I'm gonna put that intro back up there. I told you crazy, ain't it? Wow. Oh man, Ramona, so it switched over. So you have a central one. Yeah, you have to do those. That's awesome, Asia Dragon. I play the keyboard, drums, bass, organ, piano, recorder. Yeah, Kate. Be nice, Kate. I think what I'm going to start doing, I'm going to start putting the intro in my chats. No. Well, Lacey, I removed it because about every conversation that I was in and every video that I posted, somebody was complaining about the intro being long. Well, let me not say complaining. They were constructively criticizing how long it was, which, no, I told y'all I take constructive criticism well. I mean, I don't get offended at stuff like that. So, Ramona, there's no set amount of reps. You just keep on doing it until you feel that pain gone. But absolutely do not bend forward at all. Okay? Do not lean forward. You have to bend at the knees. You cannot bend over at all. And you need to do something called standing back bends. And I think I showed you earlier where you stand up, put your hands on your hip and you lean back, but you push your hips forward. A tiger's eye necklace. No, I'm wearing a necklace from the island. No, this is a necklace from the island. It's made in the island. What are those guitars behind you? There it is again, hell. See? Duratrash LML said, what are those guitars behind you? I told you, look, hell, see? Look at that. Duratrash LML, those are bass guitars. Morning, Mandy Atterbury. Have you had any biscuits lately? Uh-oh, I think I just got my first warning. Right, JT, I'm just gonna sup y'all. But man, JT, if you have any idea, like when I get emails, y'all have no idea how many emails I get with people saying, hey, so what all do you do? I'm serious. They're like, hey, I watched your video about depression, yada, 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 peanut butter. And then they'll end up saying, hey, so what do you do, man? Like, do you play any instruments? What do you do for workouts? Do you have any suggestions on health? And I'm like, oh my God, it was in my intro. What works for rotator cuff tendonitis? I have physical therapy and it did help. It gets stiff at night when I sleep. It's supposed to get stiff at night. You want to know why? Your body sends fluid to that area to form a natural splint. That's why it happens. So when you get up in the morning and you move it around, the fluid disperses back out. That's why it loosens up as you go throughout. You know what I mean? That's supposed to happen. Just like a lot of times you wake up in the morning, your back feels a little stiff in between, is because when you go to sleep at night, your disc, they fill back up with fluid. That's why you're taller first thing in the morning than you are throughout the day. Because as you go throughout the day, the discs they flatten out. Bursitis in the shoulder. You want to make yourself a ice massage cup. I think, do you know what I'm talking about, JT? I think I might have mentioned that to you or somebody else before. One is a Peavey and one is a Honor. Molasses is a peavy, and honey is a honor. But do you know what I'm talking about, JT? Do you know what I'm talking about as far as making the ice cup? How do you get out of massaging your wife's feet at night? I don't know. Get your wife, if she shaves her legs, get her razor and just go across your hand like this on both sides and let it give you them small cuts in there. Let it bleed a little bit and tell her you can't do it. Oh man, I'm about to get in trouble, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. This thing is just not hanging on like it should be. There we go. Wait, Nico D just asked me something. What did you say? What's annoying for me? What about a torn rotator and biceps? Well, it depends on if it's torn acutely. Like if it's torn right now and you just did it, that's a different ball game. But if it's old, then that's something different too. Ramona, absolutely. You have a good night. Put her feet in the ice cup. Tell her you're lactose intolerant. Womp, 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 womp. I'm here all day, folks, all day long. Look, my camera didn't even like it. I think I'm about to switch you around and put you on something else. I think you'd rather be ground level. I don't think my camera want me looking up anymore. Stop eating me, sis, me kick. Maybe you'll stay that way. Maybe you won't. Sandra, you know that, don't you? Did I do some reaction videos tonight? Yes, sir, I did. I have both reattached 8 years ago. Only issue when weather stucks. Oh yeah, okay. I hear you, Matt. Man, what type of work did you do that you tore both your biceps? Are you talking about one in each arm? Are you talking about you tore both? Because you know biceps is two muscles in one arm. I don't know I'm not saying if you tore both of them in one arm or you tore both biceps in both arms. Well, Steve Witcher, it all depends on how long ago you had that shoulder surgery. You already got a year for you to actually have full recovery or something like that. Oh, Tammy, absolutely. People, yeah, it's annoying for me. That's why I'm with people. I'm like, don't watch it, mute it, don't even look at it. If there's an ad on there, let the ad play before the video starts. I understand. Trust me, it's my own intro, and I'm telling you, I know it's long. Whoa, Matt, dude, wow. That's some major stuff right there, sir. Major. Taryn and Nanya, yeah, that's a good idea. Kate, actually, no, that doesn't sound dumb. That actually is people like me that specialize in things like that. That's actually that's normal. Now, I hate to say it, what is happening, it sounds like, is you're transitioning from going from being pain to numb. When you go numb, that's bad. If you still feel some pain, that lets us know, okay, you know, even if you're numb, it's like there's something to work with. But it goes from that. It goes from being a little bit of achiness to sharp shooting pain to full out all pain to transition from pain to numbness. When it goes numb, that's when it's bad. And when you that's bad when it goes completely numb. You don't feel nothing. Yeah, Tammy, we don't need no pictures. Some people might want them, but you have fun with your trading. Oh my God. Do I do yoga? No, I don't do yoga. Wirt Worthington, no sir, I do not do yoga. Hell, your messages are being blocked? Man, Asia. Yeah, Kate, you have to, that has to be an everyday thing, Kate. You need to do that. Okay. I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm being honest with you, is if you was in the clinic with me right now, I don't know what your weight or how big of a person you is or how much stomach you might have in front of you, but the key to you doing that is being on that floor, pushing up, and then throughout the day, standing up, putting your hands behind on the small of your back, leaning back and pushing your hips forward. That's something you have to do all the time, especially if you're not doing nothing. If you happen to be at home, not doing anything, and you want to sit and watch TV, don't sit and watch TV. Lay on the floor on your stomach and look up at TV, having that back completely having your back bent. That's what you want. You need to do that a lot, and I mean a lot. Like if I was there with you, I would be having you do it a lot. Yeah, exactly, Hell. Yeah, Hell, I'm gonna do it again. Matter of fact, we need to just, you know what, Hell? Y'all know what I'm gonna start doing too? I'm gonna just make some previews. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give y'all some previews. There's gonna be a Raekwon preview to catch his next movie. It's gonna be an Auntie Dashika Shay. Then it's gonna be a preview of possibly Balin coming back from Hollywood. I'm gonna put them previews in all my videos. Asia Dragon, that's crazy. Both your shins, man. Oh, Tammy, I bet you do love your job. Tammy loves her job. I bet you got a lot of male friends. No, I'm just kidding. Hell, I seen the popcorn message. Oh, I hear you, Tammy. Oh, wow. Hell, I didn't know that. I was going to say, I seen it. I seen it. Somebody said something that Sandra said something. Somebody said, Sandra? Sandra has a question. I was just wondering, knowing how health conscious you are, I heard hot yoga is extremely good for your health. Pretty much when it all comes down to it, here's the thing, people. What messes people up is when they stop moving. For instance, I kid you guys not, I stay in shape, of course, but when my kids were little, I did everything my kids did. If my son was on the floor, rolling around and all that, I was doing the same thing. If he was crawling like an animal on all fours, I was crawling like an animal. If he was sitting there doing the handstand, putting his feet against the wall, I was doing a handstand, putting my feet against the wall. So my point in saying that is that what happens to us a lot of times is as we grow and we go through life, job and all that, we stop actually really moving. We're not bending back no more. We're not leaning sideways. We're not on the ground and rolling over and all that. In other words, you're not doing nothing that's actually, you're not doing nothing that's testing your body's natural movements. You know what I mean? Like if you're on the ground, you have to use your core to get up, or we're not doing those things anymore. And y'all might think I'm crazy. I do it a lot. I'm on the floor. I'll be on the floor. I'll do some push-ups. I'll just roll around. I'll crawl on all fours. I'll put my hands on the floor and put my feet on the floor, and I'll walk like this. I mean, I'll do a handstand against the wall. I mean, you just keep moving. Keep moving all your body parts. You know what I mean? That's what happens. But really, when it comes down to it, when you're doing your stretches and all that, I mean, we throw names on it, yoga, hot yoga, stretching, meditation stretching. They got all kind of names they can call these different things. But what it all comes down to is just keeping everything just nice and stretched out so it won't be so tight and drawn in. So the biggest thing is to keep moving. Just keep moving. That's why people think I'm crazy that if I don't know, like if me and my wife are watching like something on Hulu, when it goes to a commercial, while it's on commercial, I'll sit there and I'll do 20 squats from the couch. And then I'll drop down and do 20 push-ups. Then I'll flip over and do 20 sit-ups. And then I'll sit there and hold a plank for like 10 seconds. And then I'll do a side plank for 10 seconds. I'll do all that while that commercial is running. And when it comes back on, I sit back down on the couch. So when the commercial comes back on again, I'm right back there doing it again. So Sandra, yes, that is. Especially depends on how far along you are, because your child is growing. You had a child before. Your child is growing and is sapping energy from you. That's what it is. So you might not want to, but you got to put more energy in. You just can't eat just for you. Of course, you know this. You got to actually eat for you and your child. And what I mean by that, when you eat the first time and all that, yes, you're feeding your child, but your child is going to use a lot of that food. It's going to be converted into energy. Your child is going to use that energy. But now you got to also put something in the tank for you. So that's why. Mandy, do I think humankind will reach the point to where they would no longer need the body? Yes, it's called death. I'm just saying, I'm messing with you, but no. Oh, no, but no, I do believe that when we die, you're going to have a different body. And I think that's going to be what you call your spirit or your soul. That's me, though. Okay, man, Russell Nurch, you got spinal stenosis. That means in your particular case, you don't want to do anything where you're going to be bending backwards. You want to be laying on your back and pulling your knees to your chest. One knee at a time, hold it for about 30 seconds. Switch knees, hold it for 30 seconds. Go to the other one, do each side for 30 seconds, 3 times. Then after that, pull both your knees to your chest and see if you can hold it for 30 seconds. Stenosis likes flexion. So you sitting down like I am right here and doing things like this, or if it's on, or turning your body like this and leaning like this, that's how you're going to get relief with stenosis. But you don't want to do any type of extensions on your back, because that's going to make your stenosis worse. What if you have folic acid and GERD? You need to definitely get water. Get some water in your system, big time. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna go well, Tammy. Nunya, you're paralyzed. Like, what's your definition of paralyzed? From where to where? Like, are you hemi or quadrant? What are you? Lacey, did you just give me the same question that? Did you just give me the same question that somebody else just did? That Sandra did? Oh, Lacey, I already answered that for Sandra. Mandy, no, I don't believe that. I don't. Because it wouldn't be fair to everybody else that died before us, don't you think? Michael, I see your message, but if you, L3 and L4 crushed, so you don't have no use of your legs at all? Russell Nurch. What's going on, Cody C. Clutch? Oh man, okay, I hear you. Did you have to have surgery? Yeah, I'm glad you got the use of your arms, man. Lacey, I said more than that. I said a lot more than that, Lacey. I didn't just say, oh, that's normal, and then left it at that. I said more than that. Sandra just don't feel like explaining to you everything that I said. That's what it is. But don't forget, Lacey, you can always scroll back go back about 4 minutes, and you're probably going to hear me answering it. Worthington, actually, the sauna doesn't do nothing. They really don't. I'm serious. No, let me not say that. The sauna can actually help cause your muscles to become more elastic if you're preparing for like a massage or if you have some muscle soreness. But as far as cleansing you out, it really doesn't do that at all. It really don't. Because what you do in the sauna is sweat, and your body, you don't burn extra calories. That's a lie. You sweat in a sauna because your body has a natural mechanism to keep you cool. So the sweating is a mechanism to kind of keep your body temperature cool. You're not burning no extra fat at all. So don't fall for that. And the only way your body is cleansing itself is breathing out. Some stuff come out while you breathe, and stuff gets broken down into carbon. It comes out when you pee, when you poop. Now, sweating does allow some stuff to come out, but not like what people push it out to be. Because trust me, if you see me work out, dude, maybe that's why I am healthy, I guess, because I sweat a lot. No, I'm just kidding. Nico D, is going to come down to that. That's what I mean. It's going to come down to that eating. I mean, nerve tremors too, huh? Wow. Well, Nico D, is always going to be some kind of etiology behind why your dad had a heart attack. I mean, you can be healthy as a horse, lift weights, do all the stuff like that. But if they end up saying things like, oh, you had 80% blockage in one of your arteries, then somebody was doing some eating on the side. drinking bacon grease and stuff. I mean, Rob, are you serious, man? What is going on? Mandy, don't believe that. Don't believe this whole thing that we only use 10% of our brain. I mean, you think about this. Oh my gosh. You use more than 10% of your brain. I mean, when I play the piano, you see both sides of the hemisphere of the brain is being stimulated. So if I'm playing the piano and then I'm also looking at my phone, you know, all this stuff, all these different, your brain does so many different functions. I mean, I know we've been told that, but don't believe that, because your brain is constantly doing stuff. It's regulating your body temperature. It's regulating your heart. It's keeping on, is taking care of what we call efferent information coming in. It's doing all these functions and all that. So, I mean, the only way I think when you use 10% of your brain, that's when you sleep. I'm just saying this. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't believe this stuff when people say things like that. We only use 10% of our brain, and I think God would have just gave us a smaller brain. But just in case you want to use the other 90% for. But no, I don't want you, and Mandy, I'm serious. I don't want you to think I'm being like sarcastic or anything like that towards what you're saying. I really don't want you to take it that way, because I'm not. I'm simply saying that, you know, we get told a lot of things and we just get told to believe that. So, you know, your brain has so many neurons firing, and you got things in there that, you know, for nerves to communicate to each other, they go down like an axon, goes down to like an axon helix, and it goes to the dendrite. I mean, it does so many fascinating things. These calcium ions have to go to where the synapse is, and they get in there and they allow these chemicals to go across from one thing to another, called a synaptic cleft. I mean, your brain is doing so much stuff that it is fast. Well, Vicky can tell you. She's a neurologist. She can tell you. I mean, I'm telling you, the neurons that's in your brain, they do so much functions and all that, man. There is no way that you're only using 10% of your brain. No way. If you knew what happened biologically, whenever, just for you to do a process for your brain to actually have a stimulus come into the axon, and it goes to the central part, and it builds up, and it causes like a threshold to happen, and that threshold happens, and it sends a signal down the axon helix, and it goes to the end where the dendrites are and all. I mean, so much stuff happens in your brain that it would blow your mind. And they say for only 10%. No, Your brain is constantly doing stuff. It's, you know, like your brain, you know, your brain is really what, even though you have ears. Okay, doctor. Did you hear that, Dr. Vicky? Somebody said they would love to hear your take on that, how much is used. Although I just got done talking about the whole thing about the neurons firing and all that, synaptic cleft, and how sodium ions, calcium ions, and all that go to the end and cause those chemical channels to open up and cause a signal to jump through the synaptic cleft. I mean, you know, but yeah, Sandra, here's a trick though. I know if you eat food, you feel a little full. One thing you can always throw in there is a nutritious protein drink or something like that. You know what I mean? Just to make sure you get enough energy for you too. Asia Dragon 23, it usually happens that way. Courtesy clutch. Yeah. But I don't need no adjustments or nothing like that. But sometimes if I feel like I need to if I need a little bit more range or something like that, I taught my son how to do it. Jacob Bet Spoonie, it all depends on what is hypermobile on you. Anything that has to do with hypermobility is going to mean that you need to tighten something up around that area that's hypermobile. That's why, like when I say, when people go to chiropractors, there's nothing, chiropractic work. But the thing is that when you get an adjustment like from the chiropractor, you have to make sure that you're tightening up the structures around the area that he adjusts so they won't go back out of place again. Otherwise, you got to keep on going back and getting adjustments. Teresa Hopgood, oh my God. Yeah, Jacob, you got to do some adduction exercises and abduction. A lot of hip flexor exercises right there to keep those muscles tightened up around that area. When your hip dislocates, does it dislocate anteriorly or posteriorly? Like, does it dislocate frontward or backwards? Well, Jacob, you got to get with someone. I don't know where you live, but you got to get with someone that actually is like either a physiotherapist or like a physical therapist or like a kinesiologist, an athletic trainer, someone that can actually show you things that you can do to tighten up your hips, the muscles around your hips. Tarnananya, if you want a song, whatever like that, leave it in the comment section. Yeah, Jacob, evidently for you, if you're walking, for you to do that, you have to turn your whole body. You just can't twist or anything like that. And that's why, yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, you just can't twist because your hip is going to pop. You can't do that. It's too much elasticity in there. So you got to do stuff that's going to tighten up them structures around there. Lillian, how long do you have to wait to hear requests? Whenever it rolls out of that bingo ball. How does it get in the bingo ball? Well, when you tell me, I write it down on a list of about 500 other songs, and then I'll pick some of those songs off. I'll pick 75 songs off that list at random, and then I'll write those 75 songs that I'll take off. I put a fresh new, once I pull all the 75 songs out of the bingo ball, they're out of the way. I write those 75 songs down. I put fresh 75 songs in the bingo ball. Then I just roll them out at random. Yes, water fountain. JT, I found out that was a true story. He wrote that because that happened to him for real. He still said he still to this day he likes the girl. Cody C. Clutch, absolutely not. If you get it, it's fine. If you don't, it's fine. But they did a study. Well, when I had to take human sexuality, they found that men that are not circumcised, they actually have to just keep it more hygiene, hygiene. Then they have to keep it clean more. But the men that are actually also circumcised, because of the fact that it's covering over their glans, penis, that they actually have a hypersensitivity to sexual activity. So some people that aren't, that's their benefit. Nico D, what if the lights are off? Well, yeah, Cody C. Clutch, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it doesn't change anything cosmetically, I mean, but still, though, I don't think there's been no problem with that either, though. I mean, like I said, the only difference is that they just have to keep it, somebody that's uncircumcised just have to keep it cleaner than the person that's, everybody should be keeping it clean anyway, period. But I'm just saying, they ones that's uncircumcised, because of the fact that it's covering something over, it gets moist in there, and of course, it's a cesspool for possibly bacteria. But at the same time, like I said, they found that most men that are uncircumcised, they have a more sensitivity to vaginal walls than men that aren't. That's what they told us in our human sexuality class. So, but what's cool though is what I found out is, at least at the hospital that I worked at, if you get your child circumcised, they actually take the baby's circumcised skin and they grow it they put it in some type of thing and they grow the skin. They take some stuff from the placenta or something like that, and they put it with the uncircumcised skin, and they grow it, and they use that for whenever somebody burned themselves, they use it as grafts. I mean, it's the truth though, man. There's money in that. I mean, I'm just saying. I bet you won't be complaining if you burnt your arm and they just sit there and want to give you a graft so you won't. Ooh, wee. No, Smith. Vicky, you are crazy. Lillian, you said it makes a difference for a woman. How? You think you're going to feel it different? Or are you talking about something else? Unless you're talking about oral, but. Well, Martin Lawrence said about circumcision, he said you don't have to worry about wearing a condom. He said you can just tie the end of it and you ain't got to worry about her getting pregnant. It gets caught up. Lillian, I don't think that's true. What gets caught up? Who's getting tired? Pubic hair gets caught up in what? When my girlfriend is sleeping and I got my black light on, she looks purple. Is that normal? Yes, that's normal. You got a black light on her. Good night, Lacey. Uh-oh. I think somebody that started the train to leaving. Yep, I think it's time, guys. When everybody starts to say goodbye and all that, we might as well all just jump on board and do it too. We hit that moment where it's like you on a phone and we just sitting there breathing. It's that time. Yeah, I'm getting ready to check out too. Everybody's getting ready to check out. Everybody's saying good night, so I'm going to say good night too. Very fun, very interesting, and all that good stuff. So I'm not going to be here Sunday, but I'm going to try to post all the videos tomorrow so they can be there on Sunday, because I'm going to be gone to an engagement. So since everybody is checking out, I'm getting ready to check out with y'all too. No, actually, no, Barb, I'm not tired. I'm actually getting ready to play me some Red Dead Redemption. Absolutely. But I'm going to see you guys mañana. Oh my God. Jeez.